Havamal, stanza 36. A small hut of one's own is better. A man is master at home. His heart bleeds in the beggar who must, at each meal, ask for meat. I start today. The verse from the Havamal. Stanza 36. A small hut of one's own is better. It is better to have a meager home, though meager as it is, than to have nothing at all. A man is master at his home. I have but a small trailer home. It's not a full house, it's not a farm place, my own homestead yet. Though meager as it is, it's mine. I am master of my home. I get to say what goes on. And that brings me great joy and me peace of my manhood. His heart bleeds in the beggar who must, at each meal, ask for meat. Though we may not say it, a man feels bad when he has to beg for a meal, ask for his next meal. With my hospitality, I try to offer it to keep those around me from having to lose their sense of pride. But at the same time, you gotta keep the line drawn, because you can only accept so much before people are all of a sudden taking advantage of you. So today, we're going to discuss the 9 noble virtues. I'd like to hear each of your thoughts on this Havamal verse. I'd like to add a different verse each time I start a lesson. The 9 noble virtues. And there's a couple different versions that people go from, but I will read through ours first. Courage, truth, honor, fidelity, discipline, hospitality, industriousness, self-reliance. Self-reliance and perseverance. So courage, or hardiness, this is the bravery to do right, even in the face of consequences. So courage is having that fear and still taking that step forward, still moving forward and doing what you know is right. Let's write these up here as we go. You guys all got that? If you need versions of the Havamal, I have copies that I can hand out to each of you, or look online, there's multiple different versions. So we have courage. So that's courage or hardiness, we say. Heart, as in your heart, heartiness. Not as in like a good bowl of chili. Hardiness, as in having heart, having courage to act even when you're scared. This is the one that I really encourage in my daughters. You know, it's a new, big, crazy, weird, exciting world out there, and some of it's a bit overwhelming. So reminding her, hey, you just had courage. You used courage. You were scared to do it, and you still did it anyways. Makes me proud. Next is truth, or honesty. So this is honesty to speak and do right. So this is being honest with yourself, knowing your limitations, your strengths, your weaknesses. This is being honest with others. This isn't, telling a white lie to save someone some sorrow, but it is, not keeping from your children the fact that you're getting a divorce, not hiding it to the last minute, being honest about it. Letting them be a part of the process. Or it could be truth, having an issue with one of your other kindred member brothers, bringing it to them first and saying, hey man, I got an issue. Or being honest, if you bring it to someone else to discuss how to approach that person, then still approaching that person so you're not just talking behind people's back. That's truth. That's honesty. That's being honest with your brothers and your kindred. Next is honor, which plays into everything we do. Worthiness. So this is nobility in actions, deeds, and thoughts. Your honor is how you present yourself to the world. How do we show others that we are? Are we honorable? Do we protect our family? Do we stand up for what's right? Do we stand up for things based on principle, not just what serves us in the moment? You know, what makes us worthy? Why are the gods going to choose us? Why would Odin choose me and my family to come to Asgard? Because we're worthy, we're honorable. We do those things, those qualities that the gods look for. We stand up for ourselves. We follow the laws of the land we live in, but only to the point of within reason. And then beyond that, we stand up for what's right. You know, we don't allow bullying. We don't we don't discriminate on people based on their skin color or shit like that. We discriminate based on their fucking stupid actions, their ignorant actions. We use honor. What's the reasoning behind our actions? Next is fidelity. Anyone know what fidelity is? Or troth? This kind of ties into the lesson of oaths, troths, and promises, which I'll be getting into next. Fidelity or troth, act of faithfulness and loyalty to the gods, the folk, and to yourself. So this is your loyalty. This is your sense of belonging. If you are in this kindred, you belong. You're a part of this kindred. Once you're initiated in and you give your oath to the gods, you're part of us. You're one of us, and you'll always be one of us. We keep that loyalty. We keep that troth. We do those things for each other that we know, whether right or wrong, because we got their back. And if someone's wrong, it's okay to tell them, dude, you're wrong for doing this, but I got your back to get you out of it. You know, that's how we do it. And how that plays out in each of our lives may be different, but it's that underlying loyalty to kith and kin. So next we have discipline. Or hardiness. So this is hard, as in hard surface, hardiness. This is discipline. And this is not like spanking your child because they did something wrong. No, this is encouraging your child every night to brush your teeth and get in a good habit to take care of their teeth. That's discipline. Encouraging your fellow kindred members to recite verses of the Havamal to each other, because it's good to remind yourself of these things. That's discipline. Doing it every day. You know, discipline is getting up and telling myself, no, I'm going to limit myself today. I know I can do these things, but I know if I do that, it's too much. It's when we're having a feast together, and you know you got to drive home, so you say, I'm going to use some discipline on myself and I'm going to keep it to 1 beer an hour. So I know that I'm fully functioning when I go to drive home. Or I know I'm going to stop drinking an hour or 2 hours before I leave, because I know what my limits are and what I need to do to be able to drive home safely. That's discipline. Now, it does come with sometimes having a punishment for not following a regimen to provoke people to get into a discipline pattern. But discipline, this was everything from from your weapons training. You had to be disciplined. You had to be hardworking and stick at it. My college work, I had to be disciplined. I had to work hard. I had to stay at it every day, put that effort in, even when I didn't want to. Or even when something was scary and new, have the courage to work for it. Because my honor says that I'm worthy. I deserve it. I deserve what I'm going to get out of it. Because I had to be honest with myself, knowing that I'm capable, therefore I should do it. Stop beating around the fucking bush and procrastinating. Get to your fucking homework. Be disciplined. Next is one of my favorites, if anyone who knows me. Hospitality or friendliness. Hospitality comes in many forms. And you should base your level of hospitality based on your own means and what you're available to give without taking too much away from yourself to survive. Now, we're no good to anyone else if we're not in a place mentally and physically, financially, to take care of ourselves first and foremost. You know, I wouldn't be able to lend my back room to travelers, passergoers, to my kith, my friends who need a place to crash here and there, if I didn't first take care of myself. Myself, my daughter come first. My house comes first. Beyond that, if I have extra money or I have extra time or extra whatever, I can extend that on to the next people. But not unless I'm taking care of myself first. So don't take yourself beyond your means, but do know that just because so-and-so is down on their luck now doesn't mean that someday you're not going to be down on your luck and they'll be in a position to help you out. They'll remember that. We all do. We remember the people who helped us and the people who didn't. Hospitality. You know what to do. Make me proud. Next, 3 more. Industriousness. Good old-fashioned hard work. Nice music change for this. So this is hard work. Let's see. Oh, we'll read what they said. For discipline, they say, willingness to do right even when it is hard. Hospitality, extending the welcome blessings of the gods and self to your tribe. So kind of what we said. Industriousness, or hard work, productivity for self and folk. So this is good old-fashioned hard work. My great-grandpa used to say, the best feeling in the world is coming home after a hard day's work and sitting down and knowing that you put in your best and that you made the most that you could for you and your family. And he's right. I work on a farm. Any day I come home after a long day, getting a lot accomplished and impressing the boss, I come home knowing that I was industrious, knowing that I did my best and I put in my maximum effort. Because that's what it's, why do anything half-assed? Why do it at all then? Leave it to someone else who cares about what they're doing and let them do it. We're hard workers. Show the world. Be remembered for that, even if just by your family. Self-reliance. Or freedom. Okay, so this is a tricky one. Now, this one has lines with it. So self-reliance. This means doing everything you can in your power to take care of everything you can for your family. But it does leave room for some things I can't do myself. I currently don't know how to make meat. Does that mean I'm now suddenly not self-reliant? No. But it does mean that I can find the closest mead maker to my tribe, the closest one associated to my tribe, my family, my community, and spend my money to buy my mead from them. Get the help from the people that are still going to come up together. We're all in this little community together. Let's bring us all up together. You know, I can only lift so much weight before I hurt myself. Now, I can be self-reliant and try to find some means to, you know, push the washing machine on the edge, tip it and lift it up, slide it in, and then stand it back up. Okay, I could do that. But now, say I've got a deep freeze, I can't. It's just too much. It's okay to ask for help. But only in as much help as you need. You know, don't pawn off your work on other people. It's laziness and it's bullshit. And the gods see that. They don't want no fucking half-ass bullshitter fucking pawning the work off on everybody else to come up to Asgard. No, they want motherfuckers who are serious. Motherfuckers who are going to get the job done. Get the job done. Get it done yourself and just ask for help where you need it. But it's okay to extend then some hospitality back for the help that you get. Make it a gable. Make it an exchange for an exchange. From me to you. And last, but definitely not least, although in these times, probably most important, perseverance or steadfastness. So this is unwillingness to fail. So some people make fun of Norwegians for being stubborn. We have a whole virtue about stubbornness. Unwilling to give up. Anyone who knows me knows that when I put my mind to something, I don't stop until it happens. It takes a lot and very powerful circumstances for me to change my mind or stop myself from give up on something that I want. I wanted to go to college. I made it happen. It took time. It took planning. It took steps to get there. But I went to college and I graduated. You know, I wanted to start video lessons. That was 10 years ago. It took me 10 years to get a setup to where I felt comfortable behind a camera giving you guys lessons, teaching you, spreading this word. But I'm here. I did not give up. I persevered. Steadfast. Unwillingness to fail. An Odinist is always unwilling to fail. An Odinist is always unwilling to yield, even beyond death. Hold that shit in your heart. Live it. These are the 9 noble virtues. Live them. Learn them, live them, love them. They're our life. That's what sets us apart from the rest of the world. When people say, oh man, I remember Tad. Everybody remembers Tad. Why? Because Tad lives these motherfucking virtues. Now we're not Christians. So we're not going to tell you you have to do it in this specific way when you deal with these specific people and don't do these exact things. No. The whole world's full of fucking gray areas. It's all a big gray blur. See how these fit in your life. How do they fit for you? How do you think the gods would interpret your actions? Here. Get a close look at those. Take time, memorize these. Pause the video, screenshot it, and remember that shit every single day. And those of you who are hoping to initiate here soon, know that I will ask you the 9 noble virtues are and what it means to you. And that will be your final quiz, basically, to move forward with initiation and naming. I want you to Tell me what they mean to you. Alright. And on a brighter note, today is also my oath anniversary. It's 14 years since I gave my oath to the gods. 14 years I've vowed to live this shit. 14 years I've persevered living this the best way I can for the best that I've got. So I say, hail, honor be to thee. Learn them, live them, love them. The 9 noble virtues. Hail.